Hello, everybody. Welcome into a Thursday edition of the Computer America program. We have a terrific show planned for you. In the second hour, we're going to have computer and technology news brought to you by Slimware Utilities, the official optimization software of Computer America. And in the first hour, we're going to speak to the CTO of a company called Jellynote. And it's a fun way to learn and play music. And it really is a little different, and we thought we would find it interesting. So we're going to have the company's CTO on the show with us. So sit back, relax, enjoy the program as we do 2 hours. Okay.
One minute until showtime.
$15 seconds.
Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Broadcasting live, it's America's longest-running national radio talk show on computers, Computer America, hosted by national columnist Craig Crossman. Look for Craig's weekly column in your favorite newspaper. This show is being beamed nationwide at ComputerAmerica.com. Keep it here for technology news, computer products, guest interviews, and your phone calls. You're listening to Computer America.
Hello, and welcome into the Computer Bell Ringers. Newer than news when you're right there as it first debuts. Visit our sponsor's website at bellringersmedia.com. Okay, hello.
It's going to take a minute to get used to.
Yeah, it is. I'm going to have to. Hello and welcome into the Computer America.
Oh, wait, I'm not done interrupting.
It's the nation's longest running, nationally syndicated radio talk show on computers. Computer America is heard around the world and coast to coast. And I'm your host, Craig Crossman.
And I'm your co-host, Ben.
Yes, Bell Ringers is a new sponsor, and you know it's a rhythm. We have to kind of get it into it, and hopefully tomorrow I won't step on that again.
I understand that we'll have quite a while to get it down. So
yes, they're going to be with us for quite some time, and we're very glad about that. But yes, we will get it down as we work out the kinks here on the show. You know, you think you would have that done. You know, we being broadcast professionals, you would think that this would be nothing. You know, but it does. These little things kind of creep up, and you don't think about it, and because you've been doing it one way for so long, and then something changes slightly, and there you go.
We are creatures of habit. So
yes, we are. Yeah, we are. In the meantime, welcome into the Computer America show. We have a terrific program planned for you tonight. In the second hour, we have computer and technology news brought to you by Slimware Utilities, the official optimization software of Computer America. And in the first hour, we're going to be talking about music. That's right, music. I mean, music runs the world. It's the heart and the soul of, humanity. And we're going to tell you how to make it even more accessible and more fun with you. Jellynote is here with us tonight. We have the company's CTO joining us momentarily. So if you have a comment or a question, let me just get this out of the way for our guests tonight, or even during the news, if you have a comment or question, we will interrupt the news to take those calls. You can give us a call at 347-884-8881. That's 347-884-8881. I'll get you on and get you through. We also have our chat room at computeramerica.com. Just go to our homepage. You'll see there it says Show Lounge. Just click on /chat. Just click on that, and two things will happen. First of all, you'll see the chat room on the left-hand side. It'll say Want to Chat. put a username. That's the name you'll be known by when you go in there, and just say hello to everybody. We'd love to see you in the chat room. The other thing that will happen is the live streaming video will begin automatically. And you see, because not only are we a talk show, we're also now we make our live video stream available to you. So you not only can listen to us, but you can watch us. Okay, you can see myself, you can see Ben. Sometimes you can see the guests. It all depends what's going on. Certainly, Ben has the technology to display websites in the background, which you'll be doing tonight as well. So if you're watching,
Very cool. Very cool.
it is very cool. So you'll get to see all of that as we begin the show. So those are the ways that you can contact us, interact with us. We'll talk about our contests probably in the second hour as well. We have a really great contest, a social media contest now that we're doing with our good friends over at Logitech. So that's basically how you get in touch with us again, 347-884-8881. Anything you want to talk about or mention before we bring our guests on, Ben?
No, we'll be giving away that awesome new prize from Logitech tomorrow.
Yes.
Sign up for all of our social media. Keep an ear out for any new sponsors that we have quite a few that we can't announce yet, but in the coming days and weeks, we'll have a couple new ones, which is very, very nice. But, yeah, no, that's about it.
Okay, well, good. Well, as I mentioned, our guest tonight is from a company called Jellynote. And according to them, Jellynote is all about a fun way to play sheet music. I remember sheet music. You know, I have a classical piano background, Ben, and I have an ear, for music, and I would play it. And I remember when my piano teacher would come over and she would put the sheet music in front of me, and then I'd say, well, play it first, and then she would play it, and then I'd sit down, and then I said, look, he's reading sheet music, and the teacher said, no, he's not. He heard it, and he's playing it by ear. And my mom said, no.
You told your teacher what to do?
Yeah, and then the teacher just took the sheet music away, and I just kept playing it. So, yeah. So,
Craig, as a student, would not want to be in that position.
so it took me a longer time to learn how to read sheet music, but and it was difficult to say the least. But evidently, Jellynote is all about a fun way to play sheet music now, because sheet music are now fully interactive. Okay. Jellynote is the new social platform about music creation and performance. With Jellynote, you have a direct access to more than 150,000 free, high-quality piano interactive music sheet and guitar and bass tabs. You can also consult guitar chords and lyrics with covers. Many covers have been automatically synchronized with their sheet music tab and chords. You can now navigate through the video with a music score and vice versa, which that sounds interesting. Jellynote is making music learning fun and inspiring thanks to the helping tools they developed. Okay, now you can learn any instrument from scratch and become the new Jimi Hendrix or Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. Okay, here with us tonight is Adrian Cogni, the CTO of Jellynote. Adrian, welcome into Computer America. How are you?
Hi, good. Thank you. Thank you very much for inviting me to your show.
Oh, absolutely. And thank you for being here tonight. So, so you heard me introduce Jellynote. Why don't you tell our listeners a little bit about the company itself and what it is that you're attempting to do?
Yeah, so you explained very well. So basically we are a platform where we host music scores. So any user that more advanced musician can contribute to the platform by uploading the new music score for songs they already know, and every other musicians or amateur musicians can search for a song and can find the music score, and we provide many tools to help these people to learn music. So like you said, we have the music score directly interactive in your browser and also in the apps for iOS and Android. We have a MIDI player, so you can listen to the music of the music score directly in your browser too. And the idea is to forget about PDF and paper and to really move to an interactive music score where you can do many more things. So you don't have to turn pages. You just have to select the speed at which you want to see the view scroll. And we also had instrument views to give you like finger position on the instrument, like for piano keyboard or like a guitar fretboard, to really show people how they should place their finger on the fretboard. And we have videos, like you said, so videos from YouTube. That because what we noticed that you have millions of videos on YouTube of people recording themselves playing a song. So these videos are very inspiring. So when you look at how people play a song, you want to learn how they do. So very instructive because you really can see the people that they're using on their instruments. So we really wanted to bring them to the platform so you can watch both at the same time. And when we can, because when the video is like match pretty well with the music score, we synchronize them automatically so you can watch really both at the same time. And the last thing we have, it's also like a more advanced feature, is to give you feedback in real time. So you can play in front of your microphone, and we are going to listen to the note you're playing and tell you if it's okay or not. So at the end, you like this, and then we can computer to tell you how well you perform the song. It's a way to bring Guitar Hero features to true music scores for true music, to give you really feedback in real time and to show you progress over time.
Wow.
So these are features we have on the platform.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. I've put in many hour into Guitar Hero, and I got pretty good at it, but I find that those skills do not transfer. I'm sure all the drills and all the training that you'll put in using Jellynote, though, are obviously going to. Who would you say is your target audience? Is it people who are experienced and want to put up videos and gain some attention that way, or is it people who first day with a guitar, what do I do? Like, who are you going for?
Yeah, we mostly, because actually the story about Jellynote is like we did it for ourselves because we are amateur musicians and we wanted a product that can really answer our needs. So we decided to think what we need, and amateur musicians really need the tools to give feedback, to give to support them when they try to learn a new song. So we really focus on mostly young people because they are used to that kind of technology now, and people that don't have a very technical background, so that they can really see use good value in the tools we add to the music score. And of course, we target people that are looking for music score in general. Because in the end, what you want to do is to learn a song you love, and usually like this, that you learn music by playing the song you want, you love.
Now, how did you come up with the idea for this?
So, with me, my friends are also co-founders. We have been struggling a lot to play instruments. So I play the guitar, and I used to go on a pretty bad quality website with the tabs, and because it was not enough, because it's just text on a web page, I always went on YouTube to look for related videos to show how people are performing the tab ahead on another website. So for me personally, I wanted to have both on the same page. And one of my friends, he plays the piano, and for guitar, it's pretty easy to find guitar tabs because it's very popular. But when you play, it can be difficult to find what you're looking for. So he wanted to make tools to convert MIDI files to music score and vice versa, to really improve, to help people find content and find music scores. So one day we were in college together, and we talked about random things, and we realized that we have pretty similar ideas. So after a while, we started to think uh, more and more to our ideas, and we decided to build our startup.
Hmm. Wow. Um,
That is so in line with so many of our other guests, because it's you you see something that's like no, I'm sorry, you're looking for something, and you're just not quite finding what you want, or at least the tools you want, all in the interface you want, and that just leads you to say, well, if no one else is going to do it, I'm going to do it. And I think that leads to some of the best products, because it's not, here's what I think people are going to like. It's here's what I like, and I think other people are going to like that as well.
Yes, so that's exactly what we did. So we were pretty sure that it could work. It just now today the more difficult thing is to be known by people. But yes, we think that our product will interest people because we did it for us. Like we've been working on the product like for 3 years, so it evolved a lot from the beginning. But the basic idea is people can find, usually can understand what we're trying to do. So usually we have a good fan base that can support our work. So it's really cool.
So could you, if you, what problems are you actually trying to solve here with Jellynote? What are you trying to overcome?
Yeah. So actually, when you play music, you have three kind of problems. So first one, you have to find what you're looking for, to find the music score. And regarding your instrument, and like I said, for guitar, it can be pretty easy, but the quality it varies a lot. For other instruments, it can be very difficult. And regarding your experience, it's very difficult to find the music score that for the song you want to play and that you will be able to play. So we try really to index very easily, to compute the difficulty of the music score to help you retrieve easily what on for a song. We can have many music scores for many instruments, and we try to give you the difficulty on this. And also, after you have the music score, you must know how to read it. So reading music score can take years of practice. It's usually when you do in academic school, and but so it can take years of practice. But with today's technology, we can really make the music score interactive. So we can really connect tools to the music score to really to help you learn. Like I said, the instrument views to show you the piano or the guitar playing the notes. And the last thing is to keep motivated, because it's the main reason why people give up, is because too time consuming and you don't see your progress over time. So that's why we try to bring audio feedback in real time to give you that to allow you to follow your progress over time.
So how
or the next step?
Yeah. So how close at you mentioned Guitar Hero, and I think Guitar Hero, even though yes, it's just a video game, and it's it's a very very much simplified version of learning an actual instrument. I think it does a lot of things right that you're trying to mimic. Let's say at the end of a song, with real time feedback, do you get like an analysis of how you did? Like you hit 70% of the notes. You were on time. This like how much feedback do you give people?
Today it's basic because it's more complicated than Guitar Hero. Guitar Hero, you just have to press buttons at the right time. For us, we do audio analysis. We try to detect the note that you're playing to see if it matches with the note that you should play. So we can give you the accuracy and the reactivity today. And it's something that we want to improve, of course, to give you more information. But today we just limit on this part.
Okay. and then of course it's up to the student to take advantage of that. What would you say if you had the main features of Jellynote? What would they be?
The main features is it depends on what you're looking for, because some people are interested in finding music score, so just like the rendering of the music score. Some people are looking for more tools. So basically, it's just the whole package. Like our goal is to make sure that you can find what you look for and to give you motivation to practice on it.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't have really one feature. It's mostly like a package, but we are trying to improve the feedback in real time features, because it's really where we want to go forward. We have features today, and we really want to push them to make it like more like a game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's really going to appeal to a lot of people. And I think Craig in his summary said that it was there was a large social aspect to it. Is the social aspect of it just watching other people play these instruments, or how social are you trying to be on Jellynote?
The social aspect is just some feature that we tested to see how if people wanted to get social network on the platform. So we have everybody can upload and can share their music score. So it's the main social feature we have. But all of the features where you can comment on the music score, you can also share video. The video we have from YouTube, they come from YouTube, and you can also put yours. You can link your video to the music score.
Mm-hmm.
So we try to really, to improve the contribution of the user more than the interaction between users.
Okay. And who are your users?
They are usually so mostly American or European, because with my accent, you may say that we are French, and
no, you're French. Okay.
And yeah, so we are mostly European and American, and they are really young, between 18 and 25 years old.
Mm-hmm.
People mostly play the guitar and piano, because these are the two main instruments you can find today. But we have people coming from everywhere of the world too, because we are very worldwide. So it's just music. So you don't have to translate your website in every language to make it understandable by everybody.
I understand. So
Yeah, for anyone watching the video portion of our show, I just pulled up the Jellynote YouTube channel, and I was watching the little demo video there, and that's actually really cool. How you have, of course, the streaming notes just like you would in Guitar Hero or a Rock Band, what have you. But like if you miss the key, it doesn't just mark it with a big red X, and you're like, oh, you didn't do it right. It actually waits for you to find the right key and the right duration and everything.
Yeah, we have two modes. So on this part, we have two modes. We have the first one that you saw. It's we wait for you to play the right note before going to the next one. It helps you to discover the song step by step. So let's say it's really good, but I don't really know where to place my fingers. So I'm going to do every note first, step by step. And then when I can get faster, I can choose a tempo, and the music score is going to scroll out automatically, like more like a Guitar Hero feature, when I have to play the right note at the right time. And it's on this mode that we can really compute a score for you. If you play at the right time, if your note is precise or not.
Okay.
Very cool.
We have the two modes, yes.
The fact that it waits for you to hit the right note. Of course, you can dance around all the wrong notes until you hit the right one. And if you're doing
it was training mode.
Yeah, exactly. So
yeah,
exactly. So,
And just to make it clear for everyone, Jellynote is what? It is a hardware solution. It's an app on your phone. What
Uh,
how will people use
the
Jellynote?
website. So we started with the website, and so jellynote.com. You can find all the features. And for a few months now, we've been working a lot on the apps. So we have an Android and iOS app that you can find, and today we have all the same features on all the platforms. We spend a lot of time to make a technology that can really enable us to, because I think it can not seem very difficult or very big. It's the way we display the music score. It's not a picture. It's not a PDF. It's very like drawing. So you can zoom in. It's gonna redraw everything at the zoom level you choose. You can change the pitch. We need to redraw everything too. So it's a lot of work because it's a lot of computing rules. And we spend a lot of time to make it available for all the platforms.
now, how do you? I mean, now, is Jellynote for free or do you sell it? I mean, what's the business model with Jellynote?
Yeah. So today, the content access to the music score is free because we don't produce the content. Big topic we are starting to negotiate licenses with publishers to be more official content on the platform, but the content is free. And we have a premium model so that you can subscribe for features like Guitar Hero features we mentioned, and also the synchronization of the songs with the video, the possibility to have to print the music score, and the possibility to synchronize your songbook, your bookmarks on your apps offline. And it's $10 a month. Oh yes, it's the main feature we have on the premium offer.
Okay, so it's sort of like a subscription model, is what it is.
Yes, but most of the features are free. We just want we just encourage people to use advanced features with the premium accounts.
So, Adrian, obviously there are a lot of music software products out there, that people can, learn to play and everything. What would you say your strengths are compared to your competitors?
So today we have like two kind of competitors. We have competitors who focus on the content, like with a community collaborative platform to help people to contribute and to share their music score. And we have another kind of competitor who more focus on technology. So they try to sell music score, but they don't have many, but they have a good product. So they want to sell you the music score through their product. But for us, it's important to have both aspects, because in the end, people are looking for songs. So you must have on your platform the song people are looking for. And if you want them to stay longer, you need the right tools for that. So we really wanted to focus on both things. And for us, the main strength is more like the technology. We focused a lot also on the UX to make sure that people enjoy staying on the platform and use the product. So I guess because when you compare to old website where you can find a lot of content, it's usually very old, very ugly, full of advertising everywhere. So it's something that we really wanted to change that actually.
So would you say the social aspect of Jellynote is one of the strong points of what it is that you're trying to do?
I'm not sure it's a really strong point. We really want to focus on the fact that you can have access to your content everywhere. Like you can also go on the computer, on an iPad, an iPhone, Android, etc., to make sure your music score you have in your bookmark and follow you everywhere.
Oh.
And always having the same features because it can be very technical. Most of the competitors we have don't have the same number of features on all the platforms. Usually they start on iOS, and because iOS development is different from Android, it takes them some few years to move to Android. So for us, we really thought this from the beginning to make sure we can address every platform.
Okay. So, I guess basically, it's your users. Would you say your users are younger or newer?
Yeah.
You would say that.
They're not younger than our competitors, but it's a young market. It's a younger base.
Right. Yeah.
Like 25 years old in general.
That's old.
I mean,
that's not that old.
25. It's between 20 25.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, it's mostly like in practical reason, it's mostly because when you look on your stats from Google Analytics, it's difficult to see how many people are below 18 years old because they don't collect data from people below 18 years old.
No, I understand.
So
hey, Adrian, I'll tell you what. We're at the bottom of the hour, so we're gonna take a little commercial break, and then we'll come back.
Okay, no problem.
And then I want to ask you what your goals are also for the upcoming, where you want to go in the next few months and even the next few years. Okay, so stand by.
Yeah, sure.
All right, this is the Computer America Show. Ben and I are talking to Jellynote. Adrian Cogni is here with us, the CTO. We've got a news tips bulletin review from Marty Winston coming up. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number, 1-866-663-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. So, disable the cable and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money. Call 1-866-663-MY-TV right now to sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99 and up to 4 rooms. And there's no equipment to buy. That includes your free HD TV upgrade, your free DVR upgrade, and your free professional installation. And the best part, the pristine digital picture and sound. Call 1-866-663-MY-TV. So, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-866-663-MY-TV. 1-866-663-MY-TV. Disable the cable, cut costs, and get more. Call 1-866-663-MY-TV. 1-866-663-MY-TV.
Hi, this is Craig Crossman, host of the Computer America Show. You have important meetings to schedule. Your company's getting ready for its IPO, and you're in charge of the PTA fundraiser this month. So how do you coordinate everyone to be available at the same time? Are you still using emails, phone calls, even text messages to schedule meetings with a group of people? How's that working out for you? That's so great, huh? It's a fact that every day, millions of people suffer from scheduling headaches. Well, with Doodle, scheduling meetings with a group of people is quick and easy. With Doodle, you can easily propose available times to each member. Each one checks off the times that they're available, and then you simply pick the time that works best for the group, all in an easy-to-read display that integrates with your existing calendar. Nothing could be more simple. Give Doodle a try for free, and like millions of Doodle users, you'll truly see how easy it is to find the perfect date and time for all your meetings. That's www.doodle.com.
What? Who's the call holding for? Amelia Earhart. Marty Winston with a news tips bulletin review for Computer America. This time, the Brinks push, pull, rotate door lock. At our request, Hampton Products sent us their innovative Brinks push, pull, rotate door lock. Prepare yourselves for a very clever product with absolutely nothing electronic in it. But see if you don't recognize electronics as the reason you may love it. As you may guess from its name, this is an alternative for any locking doorknob. This one opens the door just fine whether you twist its lever handle up or down, or pull it away from the door, or push it toward the door. We didn't try, but they do claim that the lock pins are pick resistant, drill resistant, and bump resistant. It's a fairly easy do-it-yourself installation, and the instructions are very good. Bottom line, for every time you come to the door with packages, kids, and electronics bobbling in your hands, a Brinks push-pull-rotate locking door handle can make your hip your doormat. Marty Winston, News Tips Bulletin for Computer America.
Welcome. Oh, yep. Welcome back to the Computer America Show. It is 33 minutes past the hour. It's I'm have to make sure that I'm not stepping on anything now. New clock. But yeah, no. Welcome back to the Computer America Show. We have right now with us on this program, Mr. Adrian Cognate. He is the CTO of Jellynote. Really one of the coolest things that I've seen involving music in a long time, and
it's quite impressive to watch it.
Thank you.
It's quite impressive to watch it working, in some of the videos here.
I mean, like, you guys you're mentioning how content was going to be a big deal for you guys, and the Rains at Casimir, and of course all the recent songs, and I'm sure any song that someone probably more advanced would like to play, and someone who doesn't know how to make their own, I'm sure one of your other users, I'm sure, because this isn't a service strictly by one company, it's like, okay, we're going to put out all the music that we think people are going to like. Instead, it's other users, other people making kind of a social network, and it's and like they're making music that that they want, and like I said earlier about you guys making music they want, and of course other people are going to watch it.
It's already what the community of musicians that exists for a long time on the web. They already have this. They already know how to do it on other platforms. So we just want to give them better tools that they had before. So yeah, so the idea of sharing music score already existed for a long time. It's not really. It's not. That's why I'm saying that the social aspect it exists, but it's not really what's new. And we really want to modernize the tools that they used to have before. And for the content, one of the biggest thing that we are working on, and also to have a license with publishers to make sure that because it's like you said, it can be very famous songs. So one of the big goals we have is to make sure that all the composers, the author can be retributed from the use people have on our platform.
Well, I'm sure Taylor Swift will thank you for that.
Yeah, I'm not in touch with her directly, but with publisher, I'm in the US nowadays to talk with publishers about the way we can work together.
Yeah,
it's a big topic because it's from there we can really improve the way we can brand the platform and to involve in a better way the artists themselves, maybe.
So where do you want to take this, Adrian? Where are you headed for? What are some of your goals for this product?
In a way, even if it's still user-generated content, because we would like to be like a Spotify platform for the music score, where you can find, when that on this platform, you will be able to find the song you want to play. And of course, you want to learn how to play, so you need to make sure that you have the right tools on this platform to guide you through your learning process.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really both sides, both things are very important. In the end, what you want to do is want to play a song that you really listen every day. And so this is how you learn music, actually. For amateur musician, I mean, not for classical musician.
Yeah.
Okay, exactly. Well, okay. Adrian, again, if people want more information, they can go to your website was it jellynote.com?
Jellynote.com.
Yeah.
JELLYNOTE.com. And again, you can get it from the App Store. You can go to Google, the Google Play Store. And the cost of Jellynote when downloading, how much is it?
Oh, it's the app is free. We just depend on the feature. We have like what you call a golden pack to unlock a few features for $5.
Mm-hmm.
And you can also subscribe to the premium features on the website or on the apps.
Okay, and you have the $4.99 a month is just the basic package, right?
No, $4.99 just like it's. So we try to see how we can monetize this actually. So for $4.99 you can unlock features that are free on the website, but on the apps.
Okay.
And more than that, we have all the premium features for $10 a month.
Okay, that's the deluxe version, $10 a month. And,
yes.
Okay, and again, available for the iPhone.
Well, I just want to be very clear on the pricing model. It's $10 a month if you pay for 1 month at a time, $8 a month if you pay for 6 months, and $4.99 for if you pay for a whole year. But it's all the same. It's all the same service.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
All right. Good.
The same thing.
All right. Well, Adrian, anything else you'd like to let us know about Jellynote before we say goodnight? Anything else?
I think we did pretty much everything, so it's fine for me.
Well, I want to thank you for being here with us tonight. Again,
thanks a lot.
Thank you to you.
And
thank you very much.
Yes, and good luck with you with this product. It looks very, very interesting, and I'm sure a lot of people are going to be interested. Again, Jellynote.com. Adrian, thanks for being with us. All right, you take care.
Thank you very much.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All right, there you go. Jellynote. Fun way to play sheet music. I was watching some of the videos that you were demonstrating there. Very cool. Very interesting.
Very cool. But though one thing we didn't mention with the actual interview that I think we should, you're probably sitting there, you listen to the whole thing, you're like, okay, I can learn to play instruments. That's all cool. That's all very neat. But
yes,
what instruments can you play or learn to play using Jellynote?
We should have asked him that before he went.
It's okay. Here on the website, which again, Jellynote.com has most of the things we covered. Just didn't get a chance, but we have some things that you can't get answered directly on the website. But one of the things is that you can have. They have the instruments that you can actually choose from, and you can choose from a guitar, a piano, a bass guitar, a violin, a trumpet, and a saxophone.
Wow.
So any of those instruments, sorry, tubas, you are SOL.
Or French.
Anyone else?
Yeah.
Just those 6 at the moment. I'm sure they're going to expand that in the future, and based on community interests.
Yeah, I mean, when I was watching the videos and they were showing the piano, it was electronic keyboard, and a guitar. I didn't see anything else in there, but obviously you mentioned that the other instruments are available. And okay, good. But
again, this seems like something that it's just starting. So don't count it out just because they may not have a lot of features, because as their community grows and as the outcry increases for different music, different instruments, that kind of thing, these guys seem committed to the project, and they'll definitely get more content out. Very, very, very cool though.
Yeah. Have you played around with, because I have something, a GarageBand?
GarageBand. Not my favorite, but yes.
Okay. GarageBand, again, an Apple product, and you can literally create and play music from sheet music. You can write your own sheet music. They have what they call loops, which basically loop. They're like drum riffs or musical.
Like every 4 seconds, you can have like a snare go toot.
Or if they go by the bars, rather so you have 1 bar, 2 bar, 3 bars, 4, that type of thing. So you can actually play that, and then you can have it going over and over, and it gives you a basis. It actually lets you be very, very creative. I've created some things on GarageBand. They just sound wonderful, but uh, it's it makes it easy to compose and write without having to be, actually to play the instruments. Now, of course, with Jellynote, they're more focused on playing the music rather than, performing the music rather than the actual music itself. But hey, it's a great start. And but again, if you want to create things and songs or whatever, you don't have to be a musician with products like GarageBand. You can just sit there and literally, write them with sheet music and notate. Very easy to do, and it's easy to follow because when you see the sheet music, you actually hear it. It's like living sheet music. You add a note or two here, and you see it, and you watch it being played, and you go, "Oh, I see where that's going."
Yeah, and they've said that it's that active sheet music, along with if possible, they'll have a video with it, and you can watch. Because I understand that how to position your fingers when playing a guitar is half the battle, and there's a video with it. They'll actually synchronize the two, and it'll have a live demonstration of someone positioning their fingers for that song.
Especially with guitar, I mean, the technical proficiency. You would think technical proficiency would let people leap to stardom. I watched a guitarist. This is about a couple of years ago. It was here in South Florida in City Place, and he was performing. He was probably one of the most amazing guitarists I've ever seen. I mean, he was playing stuff, and with with such digital dexterity, it was amazing. And I've never heard from this guy, and I figured by now we would hear from him or see something. Yeah.
You can go to YouTube and you can spend hours. You can spend 25 hours a day and not see everyone. And there are tons upon tons of very talented musicians who post their videos, and they, I don't want to say toil, but they exist in video form in, obscurity, just because there's it's such a flooded field on YouTube that there are lots of great people. It's just, it's not uncommon for great people to go, unnoticed.
That's amazing to me. I mean, because what does that say about our society that we're having all this talent and we don't have enough room to? I mean, it's extremely competitive, evidently.
I think there. Say what you want about the music industry in general. I think no matter what, there is always going to be that you have to have a look. Like you have to have a look, a style. It's no coincidence that pretty much every new musician and artist out there is attractive. It's guys, girls, doesn't matter. All of them are attractive, and there are not everyone in the world is quote unquote attractive. So you definitely have to have a look to go along with your talent.
I don't know. There are a lot of
the people who I feel like
is not attractive, but yeah, it's Perlman. He is the Israeli violinist. He's not attractive, but he's still recognized as being one of the most premier violinists in the world. I don't know.
Craig, I'm talking about the average person here, not filling out an entire auditorium for one musician.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. I'm saying the one musician that I saw, he was extremely talented, played amazing guitar. I said, this is somebody we're going to hear from, and like it's 5 years later, I've never seen this guy again.
Well, luckily you are not in the record label business, because that happens a lot. One-hit wonders happen all the time, and just sometimes they don't catch.
It's sad because this guy was amazingly talented too.
There are lots of them on YouTube. Go give it a listen sometime. Yeah. Lots of great people.
Okay, all right.
Even myself, I have not many people knows about me, but I too have a music video up on YouTube.
Really?
Yes, to launch my singing career.
Your singing career?
Yes, my velvety pipes are on YouTube, just waiting to be discovered.
I thought it was a cat in its death throes when I.
Yes. I've heard good things from everyone, Craig.
Exactly.
Along those lines.
Okay.
As in, I assume a cat in its death throes means singing its heart out, and yes, I do.
Exactly. All right. Well, again, you're listening to the Computer America show. We're gonna do some computer news, but we should just take a moment to talk about our contests here at Computer America.
Sure.
We really should do that. Basically, you go to computeramerica.com, and right there on the homepage, you'll see the pull-down menu that says social media. It's under the Interact menu, and it says Social Media Contest. And we invite you to go to that page. It's real simple. And you'll see all of the different social media places that Computer America has that works with. There's Facebook, there's YouTube, there's Twitter, there's Pinterest, there's Google Plus. What we want you to do is visit each one of those. And when you do, either say you like the page, that's what you like it on Facebook. You subscribe on YouTube to the our YouTube feed. Each time you do that, when you do that, you just have to do it once, and then you're in for all time. And if you do it just on Facebook, well, you only have one entry per week. That's it. If you do it on Facebook and YouTube, you have 2 entries per week. You do Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, you got 3 entries per week. See where that's going? The more that you subscribe to, the more chances you have of winning something that we give away every single week. And so that's how our social media contest works. And we are giving away the brand new Logitech MX Anywhere 2 mouse. This is a state-of-the-art mouse. It is absolutely gorgeous. It's valued at $80, and we're going to be giving away our first one tomorrow night on Friday. Okay, it's the mobile mouse that performs anywhere. Literally, it uses their dark field laser tracking technology. So this mouse works on glass.
See, it looks very nice too.
Yeah, it works on glass. You know, take your ordinary mouse and put it on a glass surface. Watch what happens. Your cursor, nothing happens. This mouse works on virtually any surface, including glass and high gloss surfaces. It uses this dark field laser technology to do that. It's got dual wireless connections, so you can connect to Windows and Mac via their smallest ever Pico unifying receiver, or via Bluetooth smart wireless technology. The mouse itself has got a compacted, sculpted shape. It's a beautifully designed mouse to watch. And, you know, you can easily switch between 3 devices. 3. If you turn the mouse over, you'll see 3 little buttons, each one with a light. And so what you do is literally you just touch the area with the mouse, and then it'll work with, let's say, your laptop. You select
it would work with any Bluetooth,
Yeah.
Any Bluetooth compatible laptop or computer.
Yeah, exactly. Again, it's a beautiful mouse, and we're giving this away starting tomorrow night. Usually in the second hour, we'll have our show drawing, our social media window. So just go to our social media locations again on the social media page. It says our social media contest under the Interact pull-down menu, and get to it. And you know, it might be your name we're calling out tomorrow night. You never know. Okay. All right. So you're listening to the Computer America show, and I think now we should get and at least begin to do some computer and technology news. Again, I just want to mention that our new sponsor, Bell Ringers Radio, as we just started with them last night. We had Marty Winston here on the program talking about Bell Ringers. You're going to certainly hear a lot more about it. They're debuting in August, and we had him on the show last night, and we'll have them back on as well as things get closer to their air launch, which is like the 1st of August.
Yep.
But it is going to be a really unique radio broadcast.
You know, we've had 2 of the hosts on. We had Joe and we had Marty.
Mhm.
So, I guess that, and they said that there's 3.
Yes.
Maybe we should work to get the 3rd one on just to get the trifecta.
Yeah, maybe we should go for the trifecta. That's a good idea. Maybe we'll do that. I'll talk to Marty and see if we can get him on too.
Oh yeah.
All right, good. All right, well, let's do some computer news. All right, let's do it. Tonight's computer and technology news is brought to you by Slimware Utilities, the official optimization software of Computer America. You can visit them at slimwareutilities.com to clean, speed up, and optimize your Windows system for free. That's right. Everything at slimwareutilities.com is completely free. They're not a freemium model. You know, they don't use it for a while and then you have to pay. It's none of that. Slimware Utilities completely free. Download them all. Why not? They're free. And use them like we do here at the Crossman household. They truly will speed up, clean, and optimize your Windows system. And we recommend that you do it, and you'll thank us for it. slimwareutilities.com. Okay, and this first story here, this is from a gadget. There's a leak hints that the next iPhone might record 4K video. Okay. So, right now, your iPhone records 1080p video, okay? And so, of course, there is 4K out there, but you can't do that with your iPhone yet. So I'm sure Apple doesn't want to be left behind. Now, there was a tip that the next iPhone's rear camera will reportedly jump to 12 megapixels with 4K video recording. That's the rumor. It's not guaranteed, of course. We won't know, obviously, until Apple makes its announcements. They're very, very, closed mouth about future products. But here is the question: is it really worth it? Do you think it's going to matter that much?
Well, 4K is obviously where resolution is going. It's not like 1080p was introduced and everyone was like, oh, well, that's just a fad and it's not going anywhere. No, we knew that, after 720p, after 920 or something like that, whatever.
No, 720. It was 420, 740, and now 1080.
Yeah, whatever. Anyways, we knew after that resolution only gets higher and that eventually it does matter, because if you aren't ahead of the curve, then you're going to be buying technology that and you're going to be one of those sad people in the commercials where it's like, oh, look, I just bought this thing. And then 2 months later, it's like, oh, the brand new thing is here and everything you had before is completely outdated and useless. It's like, oh, no.
Mm-hmm.
So they're asking the question, is capturing 4K content relevant? And let's face it, in another 2 years, 4K is just going to be, mainstream. It's going to be everywhere.
Okay, well, because obviously they've got a 5K iMac now, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Although, as I said, they're all pretty kind of costly. And of course, the immense amount of storage required for 4K will limit how much you can record at a time. Okay. I think the days of the 16K iPhone are pretty much over. I mean, it's got to be. You're going to see.
But at this point, does it really matter? We've covered so many hard drives, so many external hard drives, so many internal solid state drives, and their capacity is, I kid you not, doubling year after year.
No, that's true, but I'm saying the capacity of the phone to record, because you're not recording to the cloud, you're recording.
I know, but the iPhone isn't, why would the iPhone stay at 16 gigs when every other storage medium, including the hard drives that go into phones, is doubling year after year?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm sure they are going to continue to expand. They're going to have better memory capacities, but especially if they're going to 4K, they're going to have to. Otherwise, every video you'll shoot is a Vine video, 6 seconds, up, done. So they're going to have to do something for that.
Yeah, no, they're going to solve it all and get all the kinks worked out. It's Apple. Their products, when they launch, don't normally have extremely fatal flaws. Only a few in the history of ever. I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you, 3GS, with your antenna gate. But there's only a few. I think they're going to have 4K worked out pretty well by the time they get out. Again, it's going to be ahead of the curve, but in technology, that's where you want to be. You don't want to be on the curve or behind the curve. Ahead is going to keep that device more, is going to keep that device relevant for longer.
Okay. All right. Well, coming up in the next hour, we're going to have stories about get this. We had Intel's Compute Stick. Remember, they were talking about that last month. They have an Ubuntu version, a Linux version of the Compute Stick. We're going to be talking about that. More iPhone stories too. The iPhone 6s is going to be delivering faster web speeds and better battery life. These are some of the stories we're going to be doing it. Linksys has a high gain, ships high gain antennas. We're going to be talking about this. We got a lot of interesting stories here.
Craig chooses that one. I choose, like, let's say Remy Martin. I believe they make a type of cognac.
Yes, they do.
Have an NFC cork so that the bottle can't be tampered with. Chevy's going to be building little AC vents and stuff like that. Lots of really, cool little offbeat stories.
Yeah, exactly. Including Silk Road investigator pleads guilty to stealing Bitcoins.
Yeah, that was awful.
Oh, my goodness gracious, right? And drones are saving children from flooding. Just some of the stories that we're going to be coming up here on the Computer America show, brought to you by Slimware Utilities. We're going to take a quick break, and then Ben and I are going to be right back with more. You're listening to the Computer America show, and we are coming to you live.
Yeah, we are live.
Yes, we are. And we will be right back. Don't go anywhere.
This is about a cool new way to be the first to hear about new, completely unannounced products or services. The Monday through Friday Newer Than News nationwide Bell Ringers Radio Hour starts August 31st. 4 times on each show, a team of 3 pros, well, 2 pros and me, take the time to tell you all about some new something. That happens over so many stations that more than 50 million people will be able to tune it in. And that same day, releases about that debut go out on 3 major news wires to reach traditional, online, and social media, plus full coverage on SlashGear and some other goodies. Here's what we'd like to ask of you now. At the company you work for or the companies you work with, chances are that the top marketing people in top brass don't yet know about Bell Ringers. Please, just tell them to check out bellringersmedia.com. That's BELLRINGERSMEDIA.com. But hurry, September segments are booking now.
Broadcasting live. It's the only national radio talk show on computers to air every weeknight. Computer America. Hosted by national columnist Craig Crossman. The first hour's behind us, but there's still more of tech news, tech talk, and your phone calls. We're being beamed nationwide at ComputerAmerica.com. You got computer problems? Bring them on. You're listening to Computer America. Computers run the world, and we run computers. Call us or send us an email to live@computeramerica.com.
Hello and welcome into hour 2 of the nation's longest running, nationally syndicated radio talk show on computers. This is the Computer America show, and I'm your host, Craig Crossman.
And I'm your co-host, Ben.
And we're continuing on in this hour. We had Jellynote on in the first hour. That was very interesting. Software that helps you read and learn sheet music. And right after that, we sort of introduced our computer news and we kind of teased some of the stories. So we're going to continue on. Again, if you have a comment or a question about anything, we'd love to hear from you. 347-884-8881. I'll get you on and get you through. And, of course, in the Computer America chat room at computeramerica.com. So, again, we're going to continue on. We're doing computer technology news brought to you by Slimware Utilities, the official optimization software of Computer America. And Ben, I think it's your time to do a story.
Yeah, it's my turn indeed. And I actually like this one about Remy Martin. I had never heard of them. First of all, I'm not a huge connoisseur of alcoholic beverages.
Well, they're very expensive. They're
very expensive.
Yeah.
I hear they're a little outside my price range. So Remy Martin thinks an NFC bottle cap is the key to authentic cognac. And this, again, by Matt Smith over at Engadget. And yeah, they've done it. They want to give its drinkers with rewards beyond only its dense, rich flavor. Because, when you buy booze, you want... I guess when you buy Remy Martin, you're not just going for the taste of the actual, of the actual liquor. You're also going for a type of presentation. Like there has to be, the bottle looks very, very nice. It's packaged very, very well. But then I guess just to add to it, you take your bottle, you take off the foil, and then you scan it with your phone using near field communication, and that shows you it shows you its authenticity, its freshness, and it hasn't been swapped out because because the NFC little stopper will tell you if it's been opened, if it's been tampered with, and when it was made. So like someone can't say, oh, this cognac was made in 2013, and then you scan it and it was made last week. Someone's trying to rip you off. So
Yeah.
to keep its to keep its quality up, they're adding near field communication to its bottle caps.
Well, here's the thing. If you're a connoisseur and you purchase Remy Martin, the moment you taste it, you're going to know whether someone has been tampering with it and diluted it with something. I guess the point here is, because you know it, I guess the point is that before you go through all that grief, when you're buying it, you are assured that it has been untampered with. I think it's at the point of purchase where this becomes most valuable, because once you have it, it's your home. You're going to assume that if it's been opened or not, unless you have help in your home that.
It's I hear this happens with more expensive bottles of booze. They will take it out, break the foil, pop the cap, take out the good stuff, or at least find an empty bottle and fill it with some bad stuff, some not as good, not as high quality. Put the stopper back in and then refoil it. Yes, they have the technology to refoil a top and then try to sell it off again.
Yeah,
especially for higher end.
Yeah,
like that happens a lot.
Of course, the moment you drink it, if you're a connoisseur, you're going to know that someone's sold you a bottle that's been tampered with. But then again, you have to prove it. Is it, well, we sold you new, you've opened it, we don't know. So
it's like, oh man, that's the last time I buy booze out of a white van.
Exactly.
It never pays off.
It never pays off. But the thing is here, I think this is primarily for the point of sale. So when you're getting ready to buy the bottle and you haven't had a chance to taste it before you take it home, you can be assured that the liquor inside there is in fact Remy Martin. And I think that's going to be there.
Well, it adds a little, and by the way, to do this, it's not just near field communication. You're going to need the Remy Martin app.
Of course, yeah.
And once you scan it, it gives you a bunch of little details about the make and and the bottle that you have itself. So it's a little gimmicky. I'll admit that it's probably trying to appeal to a market that's not exactly the biggest cognac drinker. And that's the tech market, but hey, they're trying something different.
Yeah, I mean, I can see walking into a store and pulling out your iPhone and scanning the bottle, in front of the salesperson, and then he looks.
Why not?
I'm just testing to make sure that this is what it is, before I purchase it from you. And if it says, hey, this bottle's been opened or tampered with, then you can say, look, and you show it. You tried to.
You always go for the confrontation. No, just put it back, smile, wave, walk out the door, run to your car, lock the door, drive quick,
and then call the police.
Find a well-lit area. The typical things you do when you find someone trying to scam you.
Yeah, exactly. All right. But again, Remy Martin has added NFC to their bottle caps. That is kind of cool. Okay, and speaking of technology and buying things, MasterCard evidently is testing a new way for you to pay, not with your credit card, but not with your thumbprint.
What you would think.
Yeah, not with your thumbprint, but to pay with your face. Your smiling face.
Let's see, you want to buy $32 worth of groceries, that's going to be 4 punches to the face. So, keep your chin in.
Yeah, keep it angled up. No, MasterCard announced today that it's looking to add a layer of biometric security to its credit cards. And all you'll have to do is take a selfie. That's yeah.
I do that every day.
Yeah. So what it's doing, it's creating a digitized map of your face, and then it converts it into, hash. That sounds terrible.
That sounds delicious.
And it's stored on the MasterCard servers, and then you'll be able to pay through the mobile app with either your fingerprints or just staring into the device and blinking once. Oh, you have to blink once. Now, you know why?
Yeah.
Why? The blink is used to prevent someone from just holding up a picture of you to spoof the system. Now, see, that's clever, okay? Because that's what they would do with the facial recognition. They would just hold up a photograph. But now you have to blink. So either you
see, the only thing that comes to mind when someone says that is like, if you remember those pop-up books.
Yeah.
And they have like little tabs on the side of the page that you like wiggle around or move in and out or that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like just like a picture with like one of those pop-out books, and you just like, push it in and pull it out real quick, and it's like a blink. It's like,
yeah.
It's like I can think of a way around this. It's probably more advanced and it probably wouldn't work, but
yeah,
it
had to be a video of you smiling and blinking, something like that. I don't know. But anyway, obviously these people are not idiots. They're going to know that, okay, they can't hold a picture, but maybe they can hold a video of the person up there. So they're going to have some way of knowing that they're looking at a video screen, which probably is an easy thing to do because the cameras can detect video screens, moire patterns, all that stuff. They can do this. But anyway, once they do work out all the kinks of this, this could be available to the public as early as next year, according to Engadget. So, be prepared. Walk up to the cashier and grin and blink, and you've made your
I think it's meant for transactions on your own phone.
Yeah.
It's not some kind of weird dystopian future where you just kind of stand in front of the camera or stand in front of the cash register and you blink and all of a sudden everything's paid for. No, it's like in the app they give you the choice of your finger or your face.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure in another app somewhere they give you the simple option of a PIN number, but for this one it's in the form of biometrics. Your face or your finger, and then it's approved for purchase. It's just another little security feature that I'm sure if you have it set up, I don't know how the Russians are going to be able to fake that kind of thing. So it's going to keep you, safer.
You know what I really like about all this technology is
What's that?
Is the convenience. I mean, for example, I got a check in the mail. I didn't have to take that check, go to the bank, or drive to an ATM. I could literally just take my smartphone out, my iPhone, and take a picture of it, and that's it.
Well, that technology's been around for a while now.
I know, but it's becoming more and more accessible, and I think more and more people using it. A lot of people aren't even aware that the things like this are out and available now. It just makes things.
Although ATMs, the old-fashioned automated teller machines, those things are getting so much more advanced every day themselves. Yep. Like I haven't had to step foot in a bank in a little over a year just because ATMs are so good.
Yeah, it's because of all those wanted posters they have of you.
Yeah, that too.
So yeah, you're right, and they're becoming more flexible. I mean, used to you had to put the money in an envelope, and then you had to have a deposit slip. Remember all that? You don't need any of that anymore. Literally, you have a check. It'll scan the check, and usually comes up with the amount. It'll tell you the amount on the check, even if it's handwritten. Uses handwriting recognition. A little miniature version of the check appears on the slip that you receive. The deposit slip that you get from the ATM, and you get those images. They're now working with the newer ones. Are now give you cash, and you're not limited to the $20 denominations. You had to take out an amount in a version of $20. Now if you want $12.53, it'll give you $12.53. It'll give you 10, 2 ones, and 50, and the change.
Yep.
I've seen those available. Those are not as common, but they do have them, and they're becoming more and more available. So you're right. The technologies in ATMs are just becoming more and more sophisticated. Okay.
Yep. Okay. So let's see. You just did that one, I believe. So the next one goes to me,
Uh-huh.
and this one I'm gonna choose is a little bit of a brain teaser.
Okay.
A little bit of a brain teaser. Not gonna read the whole article. It's rather long. You can find the whole thing at Ars Technica. Let's see, science section. The author of this one, Maria Delaney,
Okay.
just posted yesterday, and it asks a very a very important question. If genetic screening helps those at risk, why not screen everyone?
Okay. All
Good
right.
question.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, testing to fight like breast cancer, that type of thing, uh, because there are certain tests they can do.
Yeah, no, you can take someone's a drop of blood, whatever. I believe they do oral swabs, like they do that. They can see your genetic makeup, and they can say, okay, well, you have the expressive genes for breast cancer, you have the genes for heart disease, you have the genes for blah blah blah. Like they can go through your whole genetic makeup and say, you have a so and so percentage of developing this by age this, and really, it's available on demand. Like you can go to your doctor, and your doctor can recommend it, and then you pay out of pocket, and you'll be able to, and then you take an oral swab, you take some blood, you send it off to the lab, they'll do their magic on it, and then they'll send back a sheet of paper saying, okay, well, here's what we found. And it's so helpful to a lot of people, because the only people that really ask for this generally are those who are at risk. Maybe their parent just came down with the type of cancer, maybe a relative just came out with dementia or Alzheimer. Like it's something akin to that. Those who are at risk, via some other kind of environmental factor, or having a family member with it, they do this all the time. It's not like we can't, it's not like we don't have this technology. It's not like we can't do it. And so the question that Maria is kind of posing here is, if this is available, why aren't we doing it for everyone?
Because a lot of people just don't want to know. I think that's what it is. They don't want to find out that they.
Okay, well, obviously Craig is going to be on one side of this, and I'm going to be on the opposite side, because if this is so readily available, so obviously possible, and like really preventive medicine has gotten a bad rap, or at least has fallen by the wayside in this country, and indeed in a lot of places in the world. If you take care of yourself and you know what's coming, and you and if you prevent before you actually have to treat, then you have to treat a lot less. So genetic screening, I think, would play a huge role in that, because then you're going to know that, okay, you have a genetic disposition to heart disease, to Alzheimer's, to cancer. Like you're going to know, and you're going to be able to tell your doctor that, hey, I need to be screened for this and this every 2 years. I need to be on this medication. Preventive medicine can be so beneficial to a lot of people that you don't catch it before you definitely don't catch it before it's too late. You catch it before it's even a problem.
Yeah.
But you're saying, you wouldn't even want to know.
Well, I'm not saying I would. I'm saying people don't do things like this, tests of a preventative nature, because they just don't want to know. They're afraid to find out what the results. It's the mentality. Obviously, you shouldn't do that.
That's not a good mentality. Like I understand it from the point of view of, okay, I'm afraid to know, and so I put off making that phone call. I reschedule the appointment. I just don't go to the appointment altogether because it freaks me out. But it's medicine is really advancing by leaps and bounds, and the earlier you catch this kind of stuff, things that were fatal 20 years ago. If you were diagnosed with AIDS 20 years ago, there wasn't a lot you could do. If you were diagnosed with with cancer 30 years ago, again, your prognosis was not good. But nowadays, with early detection, and if you can really get it, if you can really get ahead of it, I mean, your chances of living a normal, healthy life are through the roof compared to what they were just a couple decades ago.
That's true. Yeah, exactly. And I think that mentality really is antiquated. You really shouldn't do that. But people are funny, Ben. What can I tell?
Yeah, and though, of course, it's kind of asking it's kind of putting the question too. It's not just for you. It's not just, okay, well, what are my diseases? It's for parents as well, because you can have a child that is 3, 4, 5 years old, and you can have them sequence his entire genetic buildup, and you're going to say, and you're going to find out, any possible defects in his genetic makeup that you can then start monitoring for. But again, we're talking about the possible effects of doing, just across the board sequencing of everyone's genetics. But at this point in time, it's not happening. This does not happen again unless you are at risk. That's the only time you get this procedure done. I think what the article is trying to argue for is this should be done for everyone. Like, this should just be part of your I would say routine screening, because this only needs to be done once, but it should be done for everyone.
Yeah.
And I honestly, I have a hard time finding the downside. It may freak people out, but it's not a freak out of, okay, well, there goes my cloning capabilities, and now they're going to have clones of me everywhere. It's not that kind of freak out. It's, well, I don't know exactly what that entails, and I don't know what is involved in that process. But hopefully someday in the not too distant future, genetic screening is going to be widespread and really just not even a big deal.
Yeah. No, it makes sense. I agree with you. All right, we're Ben and I are doing Computer Technology News, brought to you by Slimware Utilities, the official optimization software of Computer America. And this next story here is from Maximum PC. We talked about Intel's Compute Stick. Evidently, Ubuntu, they're going to have an Ubuntu version of this, which I think is quite amazing, actually. The idea here is that it's going to work. It's going to work for all, for any Linux based. So if you don't feel like carrying a notebook around and wherever you next go, obviously the Intel Compute Stick, which is a computing solution it's coming out. Basically, it's a computer on a stick. You can plug it into any HDMI port.
As in compute stick.
Yeah, compute stick, exactly. You plug it in to any HD TV, and basically that's what happens.
The plug on it is an HDMI port, so really all you need is any kind of monitor. This is, of course, capable in a lot of televisions and a lot of just basic computer monitors. It gets all of its power, right, from just the HDMI port.
That's right.
Yeah. So it's a different kind of form factor, because the only thing closest to this that you could probably compare it to would be like an Arduino or a Raspberry Pi, but those are kind of standalone, their own computers, and this one is taking advantage of a monitor just like the other two would, but it's a little bit more powerful than the other two. And yes, they've even made announcements with Windows 10 coming up soon that they will have a full-fledged Windows 10 version of these compute sticks when Windows 10 is launched.
That is very cool. I mean,
So it's not like some kind of watered down, mini Ubuntu operating system. Like it's going to be a full-fledged computer. It's just about the size of a. I hate to have to say this now, but it's about the size of an old-fashioned thumb drive.
Yeah, really.
Because really, even the new thumb drives are literally the size of your thumbnail.
Yeah. And again, it's a full computer on a stick. It's amazing. Now, I wonder why they decided to go to an Ubuntu version. I mean,
we talked about that on the show with them.
Yeah, and
we actually had the lead engineer of the whole Compute Stick project.
Yeah,
and I remember asking him on the show that a lot of developers out there, like who use the Raspberry Pi, who use the Arduinos, they very much like Linux distributions because it gives you so much more control over the environment that that whatever you're using. So with that control comes, really taking the hardware and putting it to what you want it to do. Because with, let's say, a Windows 8.1 or whatever other operating system, it's taking a lot of those resources and putting it to the graphical user interface. It's putting it to processes that run in the background. It's putting it to drivers that aren't needed. Like it's doing all that kind of stuff. But with Ubuntu and Linux, you kind of make up your own operating environment, and that's gonna let you get a lot more out of these things. And again, that is the preferred method of use for the Tinker crowd.
Yes, it is. And but there it is again. So if you're a Linux buff, I wonder if Marcel Gagne will actually get one of these, our Linux correspondent. We should ask him when he's on the show next time if he's going to get a Compute Stick with Ubuntu 2.04 LTS installed on it. I bet you he is safe.
No, but did we go over specs of this thing?
Yeah. I'm looking at the specifications. It
has a gig of RAM. It has 8 gigs of storage and micro SD slot. And again, micro SD. Didn't they just release the 1 terabyte micro SD not too long ago?
Yeah, they did. So you can get a terabyte of memory on this thing if you wanted to. It's got a built-in HDMI connector, full size US 2.0 port, and a micro USB port for power as well. And it uses the Atom Z373 3735F processor.
And of course, Bluetooth and Wi-Fi baked in.
Yeah, wow, really complete.
Yeah, no, it's not the most screaming fast computer, but for 140 and for very, very special use cases, let's say you want to turn a television into a type of computer,
you can do it.
This seems like a solution, not the only solution, but very, very cool.
Yeah, very viable. All right, there you go. The Ubuntu version of Intel's Compute Stick arriving next week. Again, according to Maximum PC. Check it out. Might be something you want. Okay.
All right. This next story, it's the one making the most waves lately. And that is Chicago.
Oh, yeah. I can't believe that.
Craig, wait. How do Chicagoans say Chicago?
Chicago.
I don't know. Whatever. I'm sure we've just lost every listener in Chicago. That's perfect. That was our plan anyways, because we're going to talk some smack about Chicago.
Yeah.
And they've just announced a 9% cloud tax on streaming services. 9%. That's pretty high. It's pretty high for a tax.
Yeah, it is high. 9%.
So, this article, Maxim PC, Paul Lilly, very prolific writer, and he kind of says that the world is rapidly changing, and gone are Blockbuster, Hollywood Video, all of your old renting options, and now we're stuck with Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, whatever your streaming options may be. But with all the stuff you can do in the cloud in Chicago, it just got 9% more expensive to do those things as a consumer. So Chicago's new so-called cloud tax goes into effect today. The new tax is the recent of two recent rulings by the city's Department of Finance, and they said that they covered electronically delivered amusements That would definitely fall, under Netflix. And the other was for non-possessory computer leases. No idea what that means. So both are extensions of laws that allow them to add a 9% sales tax to online services. So this means that Netflix, Spotify, Hulu, any other streaming amusement, any kind of streaming service now has a 9% tax attached to it. And I'm sure it can tell your location, because that's always been one of the problems with taxing online services. Like, let's say Amazon is based out of California and you're in Ohio, and you make a transaction. Do you pay Ohio taxes? Do you pay California taxes? Do you pay them both? Who pays them?
And what if you're using a VPN? How are they going to find you?
Yeah, and even finding the whole location isn't exactly the easiest thing in the world either. And let's say you're traveling out of state and you purchase something in New England, and you're purchasing it from Washington, but you're having it sent to Utah. Like, the cloud has never, the cloud and taxation has never been a very clear-cut topic to begin with. So it's so this is why it's kind of bizarre to hear Chicago, the city, has implemented this tax. And they said that it seems the law could apply to Amazon Web Services because the details aren't very clear. And depending on how broadly the tax law is enforced, it's not inconceivable to see that this may extend to Office 365 and OneDrive, places that things that people need for work. Because yes, even though it says for amusement, but let's say you have a hobby that requires Office 365, I guess now you're required to pay that 9% tax.
So he says this is Chicago's way of reclaiming tax dollars that local businesses have lost to online services. This is obviously going to end up in court.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's messy, but it's happening.
All right, you listen to the Computer America Show. Ben and I are doing computer technology news, brought to you by Slimware Utilities, the official optimization software. We're going to be right back. We got lots more stories coming up. Stay with us. You're listening to the Computer America Show.
A favor. You may not have anything to do with launching new products or new services at the company you work for or the companies you work with. So just in case the people there who are in charge of that aren't listening to Computer America tonight, please tell them about Bell Ringers. It starts August 31st as an hour-long Monday through Friday nationwide radio show on so many stations that more than 50 million people will be able to tune it in. 4 times each hour, a team of 3 takes the time to fully describe and explain something that's never been announced before, making it newer than news. And that same day, they send releases over 3 wires to traditional online and social media. Get full coverage on Slash Gear and more. Please just ask those marketing guys to take a look at bellringersmedia.com. That's BELLRINGERSMEDIA.com. bellringersmedia.com. But hurry, September segments are booking now. Thanks.
Hi, this is Craig Crossman, host of the Computer America Show. You have important meetings to schedule. Your company's getting ready for its IPO, and you're in charge of the PTA fundraiser this month. So how do you coordinate everyone to be available at the same time? Are you still using emails, phone calls, even text messages to schedule meetings with a group of people? How's that working out for you? Not so great, huh? It's a fact that every day, millions of people suffer from scheduling headaches. Well, with Doodle, scheduling meetings with a group of people is quick and easy. With Doodle, you can easily propose available times to each member. Each one checks off the times that they're available, and then you simply pick the time that works best for the group, all in an easy-to-read display that integrates with your existing calendar. Nothing could be more simple. Give Doodle a try for free, and like millions of Doodle users, you'll truly see how easy it is to find the perfect date and time for all your meetings. That's www.doodle.com.
Welcome back to the Computer America Show. It is 32 minutes past the hour.
Yes, it
And
is.
we're doing computer technology news brought to you by Slimmer Utilities. And just a nice casual Thursday.
Yes, it is.
The day before Friday, which is the day before, of course, Flag Day or Independence Day. What have you?
Yay! 4th of July.
Yay, 4th of July. Hopefully everyone out there has gotten all of their materials, got all their charcoal, all their propane, all their meats, all their what have you, and is going to go and enjoy some fireworks or parades, whatever floats your parade boat.
We should say though that even though I guess the 4th of July is a Saturday, we will have a show tomorrow night. We are going to have a live show on the 3rd of July. I know, but but we are. What can I say? We're not. So we'll have Solix Technologies on the show tomorrow night, and then of course we'll have the 4th of July weekend, and we'll be back on Monday with more guests. So no 4th of July holiday other than the day itself for us.
Yeah, unfortunately. But yeah, hopefully you all have well. All right, and we just finished up a story about Netflix. Not even Netflix. Why did I say Netflix?
No,
Chicago.
Chicago.
It involves Netflix, but Chicago imposing a 9% tax on streaming services that are used to entertain. Think any music or video streaming service or of the like, and this could even apply to things like Office 365 or other streamed in the cloud services. And again, it's yeah, no, you can't see me. Anyways, it's this is weird for me because I don't like paying more money, but at the same time, I feel like the cloud has popped up before the laws on the books could really come into play, because the current taxation form using the cloud is none. Like it's such a gray area that even some companies are getting away with paying no taxes, and that isn't right. And even some consumers are purchasing these services and they aren't paying any taxes, and that's not right. So there has to be some kind of middle ground where the appropriate taxes get applied to the appropriate services, because I don't want to get into politics here, but taxes are there for a reason. They help us improve our infrastructure, they help us provide services, and services and infrastructure that gets used every time that you download a movie from, or you stream a movie from Netflix. So I think the cloud needs to be taxed, but for county by county, city by city to do it is going to get too messed up too quick. Like, we're going to need some widespread taxation reform on the cloud. Like that needs to happen.
It's not going to happen overnight,
That's
not going to happen overnight.
No, it's not going to happen overnight, but it needs to happen. Like, I don't want anyone thinking, oh, how dare they tax the cloud? That's so unfair. No, the cloud should definitely be taxed. That's the thing that has to happen. It's just, how is it going to be? And that's a huge conversation.
Okay.
One that apparently Craig has no interest in pursuing.
So I'm saying it's not going to happen in the immediate future, and I would, taxes are necessary to, as you say, to pay for things. I think Chicago's stance, where they say, this is to make up for the brick and mortar loss. I think that was inevitable anyway. I mean, the stores that go under because of the internet are ones that I guess probably should, like Blockbuster, because they're redundant. They're archaic compared to how you can do the technology now.
Oh, for sure, but
it's not going to replace other stores, where you go into, buy, restaurants. You can't eat online.
I can order pizza online very quick.
You can order pizza online, yeah, but it gets you want to go to a nice restaurant, or there are many shopping experiences that the active.
Well, no, they're not saying that. They're just saying that streaming services, there's never been an Office 365 offices. Like, you've never walked in, like, maybe like the first you can go was like a Kinko's, but in general, no, you never walked into one. Even still, this seems like a very clear cut that Chicago is looking for a way to increase its revenue through loss of revenue from other sources. And the cloud is this big juicy thing that they're like, oh yeah, we can get some money out of that. And I don't think it should happen that way. I think it should happen on a national level on how to tax the cloud, because it's not easy. It's not easy.
No, it's not easy, and there's no simple solution either, and so many ways around it. I just mentioned a couple, like, if you use a VPN, then you know where you are, and then you have all these other problems, like if you live here and you buy something there, and it gets very, very confusing. I don't know how they're going to come up with solutions, and whatever solution they come up with, Ben, they're going to have unhappy people regardless.
People don't seem happy to pay taxes, which is mind-blowing that people don't want to send their money off, but they seem to like their own money. It's even if everyone isn't happy with it, I don't think anyone other than consumers is happy with the current model. Because right now it's like the wild, wild west. It's whatever you can make a decent claim for is what happens, and that doesn't fly forever.
I like the wild, wild west.
Yeah, so do cowboys, and there's so many of them around nowadays.
Well, speaking of money, you used to use OpenDNS. I used to use OpenDNS.
You made me use OpenDNS because I was 14 and you didn't want me looking at things on the internet.
That's right.
But I too know how to use Google and Google OpenDNS. So
yes, and the Google has a DNS.
No, I mean, I Googled OpenDNS and it told me how to take it off. And I was like, oh, all right, that's easy.
But Google actually has its own DNS service now. Then it's, of course, free, okay? However, evidently, Cisco is going to buy OpenDNS for $635 million. $635 million. And there are no service changes coming, evidently, according to them. They want to leave it alone. We've had OpenDNS on the show a number of times. We've had the president of OpenDNS on the program. I guess he's now a richer man than he even realized. But and according to
back on the show,
according to them, OpenDNS wasn't actively looking to be bought out. But when Cisco came along and offered them $635 million, well, gosh, that is kind of hard to turn down, isn't it? And so it didn't. So this is not final yet, but if you are an OpenDNS user, don't worry about it. According to Cisco, the level of service for all users is a priority, and there's not going to be any changes. The users won't really notice any kind of a change. This is according to Cisco. Now, Cisco, in case you don't know, Cisco is a huge company. That's home to 65 million internet users, spread out of more than 150 countries. So it's a huge company. Now, OpenDNS, as Ben mentioned, is a domain name server company that adds additional features to normal domain name system services. See, a domain name service, in case you know, or DNS, basically, computers don't understand letters; they only understand numbers. Okay, so when I type in computeramerica.com, the domain name server from your ISP will take that, whatever that computeramerica.com that you type there, and converts it into a numerical address that computers can understand, and then you see the Computer America website. That's basically what a DNS server does. It converts numbers or the letters into numbers into a numerical address.
The computers are just throwing us a bone. They don't need the letters. We need the letters. They only understand addresses.
Addresses, right. And that's what the domain name server does. It takes the name, like computeramerica.com, and converts it into a number that the computer's going to understand and to the proper routing address. But what OpenDNS does is they have a lot of additional features, like, you can, at the domain name level, you can block, let's say, you can block porn sites, things where you don't want kids to go to. You can It has a lot of additional
You
services.
can block sites that automatically start downloading things onto your computer. Just it's having the proper DNS allows you to be more secure at surfing around to different web pages.
Hmm. Exactly, and evidently they thought it was worth $635 million, and so there it is.
I think they were one. I really do think that OpenDNS was one of the bigger players in the DNS market. So,
Yeah.
because Google is, of course, the biggest one because everyone knows Google and Google has their own. But OpenDNS had a lot of features that Google didn't, and people seem to like those. So, 600 and some odd $1 million. Hey, that's not bad.
No, it's not bad at all.
If I had 600 some odd laying around, hey, it's not the worst thing you could buy.
He took the money and ran.
You could buy like 300 of those Aston Martins.
Yeah, he could. Exactly. Well, good luck to them. I assume that he's leaving the company.
We should give him a call.
We should. Exactly.
Maybe they kept him.
Maybe. Could be.
You never know.
Yeah, you never know. All right.
So let's see. About 15 minutes left. That gives us time for a couple of stories. And I like this one.
Okay.
This one from Engadget. They have really great articles.
I really do. Yeah.
I like Engadget. Anyways, John Fingus. Mr. John Fingus.
Yeah.
Okay. So 22 Massachusetts towns will build their own gigabit internet service.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the FCC made it clear that towns should have the freedom to build their own broadband services, and one corporate group is determined to take advantage of that liberty. For anyone who doesn't know, the FCC recently had a ruling that cities should be able to have their own, build their own infrastructure for internet, because a lot of the traditional ISPs think your Comcast, your Time Warners, your AT&Ts were fighting tooth and nail to block, yes, indeed, block the average city from making their own infrastructure. Like they said, no, that's our territory. Cities aren't allowed to do that. They're infringing on our business. Shut that down. They're telling the government what to do. Corporations were telling the government what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I guess I'm the only one outraged by that. Perfect. So, anyways, so Wired West has gained the support of 22 Massachusetts towns for a municipal broadband effort that will give them all fiber optic service. Yeah, it's not the cheapest option, but it's much, much faster than DSL. It starts at $49 a month for 25 megabits per second. Not bad. And no caps, of course, with 100 megabits per second and a lightning quick 1 gig per second, respectively available for $79 and $110 a month. $110 a month for 1 gig.
That's a good bargain, because I get 100 megabits in the Carolinas, and I'm paying about $100 a month.
Yeah. And again, this is not provided by any of the traditional ISPs. This would be provided by these towns that have contracted with Wired West.
Mm-hmm.
So it's when you call someone, you don't have to go through a customer support, because even Comcast has amazing customer support, I hear. So and there's still a lot of work to do. They said that it's gonna cost about $79 million. $79 million. They have about $35 million already, and the town council have to approve the cost. These costs, again, have to be in the form of taxes from other places.
Taxes.
Of course. That's how you build the infrastructure. They have to come in the form of taxes. They have to come in the form of diverting from other projects. But hey, for 1 gig for $110 a month, and yes, I recall an article not too long ago saying that just having 1 gig a second connection to your home, guess how much that raises the value of your home by?
Oh yeah, how much?
By 3%.
That's very nice.
3% of your home value just by having access to good internet.
Yeah. That's
And yeah, so to say that the internet infrastructure in a town is not a proper use of taxpayer money, I will call shenanigans on that, because I think everyone at this point really, 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 really wants to see at least gig in their at least 1 gig service in their neighborhood.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah, and so yes, and the taxpayers have to come up with the money, because again, this is being provided by the cities themselves.
Yeah.
But at least you don't have to be nickel and dimed by cable companies that do the same thing, because cable companies aren't doing this for any cheaper. They do it themselves, but then they hide the cost behind let's say $100 for a technician to come out and hook up your service. They charge it to renting you your equipment. They charge, like, they have so many fees that I think by the end of the day, $110 a month for a gig of service is going to be, a steal compared to, the cost of a traditional ISP running these services.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, to whichever of these 22 Massachusetts towns this is,
yeah,
they're doing it right.
I think you're right too. It would be nice to have something like that. Well, we have time to do a couple more stories here. This one, Tech High. Look, when you think high tech, what's, I don't know, does Sears come to mind?
High tech, I think Iron Man.
Yeah,
that's pretty high tech.
Yeah, Sears is but Sears is evidently opening a new high tech home showroom, because they're going all in on connected homes. The Internet of Things is making them, bringing them into the 21st century. This Sears and Roebuck, I think of them for, I don't think high tech when I think of Sears.
Sears, I think of like, okay, I want to get my car fixed, but I want to pay a whole bunch, so we'll take over to Sears. Or I think of Sears is like, I need kitchen appliances and power tools. So Sears it is. Like they have a niche, but they seem to be, kind of losing themselves.
Well, evidently, according to this author, Michael Brown, he says that if you're looking for proof that the connected home is going mainstream, he says, consider Sears is opening a 4,000 square foot store within a store, staffed by personnel trained to demonstrate nearly every component you need to build out a smart home. Okay. And this is Sears is one of the nation's oldest retailers, maybe.
Yeah.
So they've been around for a long time, but they must be doing something right. I guess they need to get their foot into the 21st century. Somebody up there says we got to do something like this, because people aren't buying, farmer overalls that much anymore. I don't know
what
you think. Car service, yes, expensive. You can buy tools at Sears. I mean, they make Craftsman, they make good tools, but today you go to Home Depot for that stuff.
But again, it's Sears has been around forever. They used to be like the department store, but now now they're just one of many. So Sears definitely needs to find a way to break, not just be one of many, but to break themselves out and put themselves in the forefront again. Well, I'm thinking build the largest skyscraper again, but like today. Just like, build another Sears tower on top of the current Willis Tower, and just build that thing up.
Yeah, so
that'll get you some attention.
You have a space elevator. Anyway, this Sears store is in San Bruno, California. So that's where they're putting this in. And it's when you're in there, it looks like it's a home inside. It has a bedroom, a kitchen, living room, nursery, garage, patio, front door, entrance. Basically, it looks like you're walking into a home, but you're in the Sears retail station. And
so it's going to be a replica of each room, and it's going to show you all the connected home gadgetry that you can have installed in your house.
Well, not really, but it looks like a home. I mean, you're going to have, they're going to sell the wireless entry locks for the front door area.
Yeah.
Baby monitors in the nursery. I mean, streaming boxes and smart TVs in the living room. They'll have network connected garage door openers in the garage. But it's still a showroom. I mean, you're still gonna the products are there for. It's not like you're walking into a house, but they certainly have these things connected so you can see them and try them. Because it's not. They say it's not just the programmable thermostat; it's also the windows, the air conditioning, and so on. It's going to be. They're looking to show you what you can do to have truly, an integrated home. With the Internet of Things. And also, according to this story, Sears has a nationwide network of technicians that can install smart home devices in customers' home at reasonable rates. Now people have it typically for Internet of Things. It's been people who like to do it themselves. That's I think.
Well, that's the only market that is caught on to. I think everyone is eventually going to want a connected home. It's just they don't want to do it themselves.
Yeah. So evidently, Sears is going to be offering technicians that can come out to your home and install these things. Although putting in a Nest is really simple, but I guess no matter how simple you make it, some people just don't want to touch it.
So some people just want someone to come over, put it on, and be out the door.
So that makes a lot of sense. So Sears is really getting into this, according to the story, and again for all different aspects, and then they even have an online store as well, so you can check it in. They have in different departments. They have smart locks, home security cameras, garage door controllers, that type of thing. They have automation systems, which is like lighting controls and thermostats. They have routers and smart appliances and even NAS boxes. They have Simply Entertaining, which is, I guess, TVs, remote controls, and then Simply Fit. That's the fifth one, which is like fitness trackers, Wi-Fi bathroom scales, and similar products. So so that's basically the 5 categories that they're going to be offering. And again, hopefully coming to a Sears near you soon. Right now, it's only in San Bruno, California, where they're testing this all out.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. We have time for like one more quick story.
A quick one, yes.
Yes, and I really want to get this one in because this one is very, very cool. With tiny smartphone spectrometers, everyone can be a chemist.
Yeah.
And for anyone out there who has done any kind of science, you know that spectrometry or spectrometers, what have you, they've traditionally been very, very large pieces of equipment. Like they've been huge. And they're used to, look at a gas, look at a chemical, look at a liquid, look at anything, and the light coming into it separates it. And then through known markers, you can say, okay, the genetic makeup of this was, copper, zinc, blah, 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 blah. And you can, and scientists use this kind of technology to identify what chemicals are found in what quantities. And again, traditionally, it's been this huge piece of equipment that weighed, tons and tons and tons. But scientists have found a way to, using quantum dot technology, yes, the ones in TVs,
right,
have found a way to put that in a smartphone.
And?
Okay, so Craig does not get the implication of this. Means that you can use your smartphone and you can identify is this food bad by looking it through the spectrometer, and you can see if it's spoiled. You can look at it, you can look through it and say, okay, this person, this person was tagged with a chemical marker. Like you can use all these kind of things and on the fly evaluates what's going on around you. It's very, very important, and I'm sure it's going to be in a lot of smartphones before long.
Yeah, and maybe in smartphones, and again, because it's performing this chemical process, you can use it to, as you say, mention to see if food is spoiled, or it just gives you a better insight into.
I mean, it's seriously one of the most important pieces of technology a scientist can use, and to have that just available, ready to go in your phone, is a great breakthrough.
But they're going to have it so it's easy for consumers to use. I mean, that the software interface, the access.
Something like this, and the power of it. First of all, there's going to be apps for it if it's possible, and second of all, people would learn to use this thing if it proves to be as useful as I think it is.
Okay.
Like, you don't have to make it easy, because this thing's so useful. People are going to want to know how to use it.
So there's some, and there will be a lot of people like that, but they're going to be people that just tell me.
Then they won't get to know if their food is spoiled, or if
the software will do it for them to say, "Oh, this food is spoiled. Don't eat it." It'll
they won't know. They won't know if the food's spoiled. If the air in their home is contaminated, they won't know all these kinds of things.
They'll know it because the software will be written for general consumption. Yeah, and it'll say, the air in here is bad. You need to get out, or something's spoiling in your refrigerator. You don't eat this food. Whatever. They're.
It's a good breakthrough. I can't wait for it to come out in earnest.
Okay. All right. Okay, well, I guess that wraps up the Computer America show for tonight. Again, I want to thank Jellynote for being here in the first hour of the show, and found it really interesting. If you miss any of our shows, you can always listen to them again. You can time shift them. That's what it's all about today. You can listen to the Computer America show anytime at your own convenience. You can listen to it, and also we archive the videos as well, and so you can watch it at your own convenience. Coming up on tomorrow night in the first hour, Solix Technologies. They're a leading provider of data management solutions and transforming information management data for into usable information. Now this is more of an enterprise bent.
90 seconds.
But we're going to have Cy Gutvelli, who is the CEO of Solix Technologies, in the first hour, going to be talking to us about this company. And then the second hour, we'll have more computer and technology news brought to you by Slimware Utilities, the official optimization software of Computer America. Again, good show. Thanks to all of you, for being here with us tonight here on Computer America. So glad that you could be with us.
60 seconds.
And Ben and I will see you tomorrow night. Same bat time, same bat channel. And don't forget, tomorrow night we're going to be giving away our very first Logitech MX Anywhere 2 mouse to some lucky person who has visited some of our social media sites. We're going to be giving that away tomorrow night, valued at $8. It may be you.
Very cool.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll see you tomorrow night. So until tomorrow night, this is Craig Crossman hoping that your hard disk never becomes floppy. We'll see you tomorrow night.
Good night, everyone.
Goodbye.
10 seconds. Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
Okay, again, thanks to everybody for watching us here on the on our video stream. Thanks so much. We'll see you tomorrow night, and of course, we'll wish you a happy 4th of July weekend. So Ben and I will see you here tomorrow night, same time. Bye-bye.
For sure. Bye, everyone.
All right.